The mystery of the 37th parallel. Is it a UFO highway? Ex-Deputy Sheriff Chuck Zukowski spent 25 years investigating mysterious phenomena across America. From his extensive research, he spotted an alarming pattern. It's a growing list of eyewitness UFO reports along a 3,000-mile stretch through the heart of America. This stretch of UFO sightings corresponds with, you guessed it, the 37th degree parallel, and Chuck Zukowski has noticed that a number of military bases, including the famous Area 51, exist exactly on that same parallel. The 37th parallel north is a circle of latitude that is 37 degrees north of Earth's equatorial plane. It crosses Europe, the Mediterranean Sea, Africa, Asia, the Pacific Ocean, North America, and the Atlantic Ocean. In the United States, the parallel defines the southern borders of Utah, Colorado, Kansas, and the northern borders of Arizona, New Mexico, and Oklahoma. It dates to the Kansas-Nebraska Act of 1854, when Congress divided Indian Territory into Kansas and Nebraska north of the 37th parallel, and the remainder Indian Territory to the south. Below we see a picture of the 37th degree parallel crossing the four corners of the United States. The Four Corners Monument marks the quadri-point in the southwestern United States, where the states of Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, and Utah meet. It's in this picture, as we can see. There's also a mystery behind the 37th degree parallel, known as Paranormal Highway of America. Science Channel explains that, as we said, ex-Deputy Sheriff Chuck Zukowski, who has spent 25 years investigating all types of mysterious phenomena across America, he researched and spotted the alarming pattern, the growing list of eyewitness UFO reports along this 3,000-mile stretch through the heart of America. The stretch of UFO sightings correspond with the 37th degree parallel, and Chuck noticed that a number of military bases, including famous Area 51, exist on the same parallel. When looking across the U.S. on the 37th degree latitude line, Sheriff Chuck Zukowski started to see very interesting things. On the 37th degree latitude theory was a starting point to try and understand why most cattle mutilations in Colorado occurred in a particular location. In 2011, Sheriff Zukowski had contacted his sister, Debbie Ziegelmeyer, who is an investigator in Missouri, and has started looking at cattle mutations there. They saw there were not only cases of animal mutations, but also UFO sightings close to the 37th degree latitude. Since then, looking at other anomalies across the United States, Chuck noticed that 37 degree latitude appeared to be the center of the highway with left and right lanes converging into 36 and 38 degrees, thus creating a paranormal highway, quote unquote. The 37 degree latitude theory matured into more of a paranormal highway, which encompasses even the underground bases, military structures, caves, some sacred Native American sites, UFO crashes, and other very interesting sites like Fort Knox, Area 51, and a little higher up, the 38th degree latitude, the Pentagon. Chuck also noticed few caves existed in Colorado within the 38 degree latitude area. Then he noticed caves were also located within that area in Missouri, which is abundant with caves. When Chuck searched further, he saw Kentucky's Mammoth Cave Park is located within the 37 degree latitude as well. Here are some interesting areas across the U.S. which all fall within the 36, 37, 38 degree latitude, what we know as the Paranormal Highway. The Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia is 38.87, underground tunnel of facts. Fort Knox, Kentucky is at 37.909, underground tunnel facts. Area 51, Nevada, is at 37.61, famous top secret military base. Joplin, Missouri, is at 37.9, history of unusual lights seen called the spook lights. Athens, Greece, 37.98, home of Plato's Academy and Aristotle's Lyceum. Death Valley, California, is at 36.55. That's the 1947 Nevada News, 32 caves said to have remains of 8 to 9 foot ancient giant skeletons. Owensboro, Kentucky, at 37.77. 1948 Mantell UFO incident. Irvington, Kentucky, 37.88. Again, the 1948 Mantell UFO incident. Granada, Spain, 37.23 latitude, is the 1976 famous UFO sighting. Aztec, New Mexico, at 36.8, the 1948 UFO crash. Dulce, New Mexico, at 36.94, proposed human alien base, underground base, of course. Taos, New Mexico, at 36.41, Taos, hum, and possible underground base. Cape Girardeau, Missouri, 37.31 latitude, is the 1941 UFO crash. Fukushima, Japan, at 37.83, is the 2011 earthquake and tsunami and the Fukushima disaster that's still taking place today. The nuclear plant. San Francisco, California, 37.78, the great 1906 San Francisco earthquake. Grand Canyon, Arizona, 36.16, cave locations throughout the Grand Canyon. Mesa Verde National Park, Colorado, 37.24, Native American site. Mammoth Cave National Park, Kentucky, at 37.19, natural cavern site. Zion Park National Park in Utah, 37.19, sacred Native American site. Canyonlands National Park, Moab, Utah, 38.32, sacred Native American site. Monument Valley Navajo Tribal Park, Utah, Arizona, is sacred Native American site as well. Navajo State Park, Arboles, Colorado, 37.00, sacred Native American site. Comanche National Grassland, Pritchett, Colorado, 37.18, sacred Native American site. Alabaster Cave State Park, Freedom, Oklahoma, 36.70, national cavern site. Cimarron National Grassland, Elkhart, Kansas, Native American site is at 37.01. Chaco Culture National Historic Park, New Mexico, 36.07, Native American site. Ancient Bristlecone Pine Forest, Big Pine, California, 37.18, Native American site. Land's End Labyrinth, San Francisco, California, 37.78, Unusual Anomalies site. Cahokia Mounds, Illinois, 38.65, Native American sites. Those are the mounds that that they have found ancient giant skeletons. They are the burial mounds. So why so many proposed UFO bases occur on this highway? Because of the caves? Are the massive cave structures along this route used as underground passageways? Why are some of these locations within this highway sacred to our Native Americans? Why is Fort Knox and the Pentagon located on this highway? Are those sites also taking advantage of underground tunneling due to the use of existing caves? Source is Open Minds and Wikipedia, and this is on World Truth. So good for Sheriff Chuck that he's noticed all this. And again, this is not only the United States, it goes worldwide. So yes, this is the man who chases aliens on America's paranormal highway. Sheriff Chuck Zukowski. And it all began when a rancher called Chuck Zukowski in a panic, August 8th, 2011, saying, "I think it's happening again." The farmer named Miller said nervously. Zukowski reassured him, "I'll be right there." The 58-year-old alien investigator, Sheriff Chuck Zukowski, threw on his tactical vest, jumped into his black Ford truck, and sped over to Miller's farm 2 hours away in Trinidad, Colorado. The spooked cattleman greeted Zukowski with a solemn stare, pointing towards the carcass of a cow plopped in the dirt. The mutilated Red Angus cow was missing its ears, its tongue, its genitals, similar to the previous 2 incidents at Miller's ranch. Each body part was dissected in a clinical way, leaving cauterized surgical wounds, but the earth surrounding it was left completely undisturbed. So all this is very, very, very unusual. Why would anybody clinically and so septically cauterize and surgically remove these types of organs and tissue from Black Angus cattle? Red Angus here, Red Angus cattle. Each body part dissected in a clinical way, leaving cauterized surgical wounds, but the earth surrounding it was left completely undisturbed. Really weird. So Zukowski had no doubt that this was the work of aliens, and they were once again operating on the 37th parallel. And he said, "I started to realize the cow mutilations, UFO sightings, and major events like Area 51 all lined up." He was referring to the 37th degree of latitude, which forms the borders between the 4 corners of Utah, Arizona, Colorado, New Mexico, also Kansas and Oklahoma. The True Believer investigated more than 1,000 paranormal incidents over 30 years, and 200 of them landed on the 37th parallel. "It's America's paranormal highway," he said. Zukowski believes aliens have a predilection for places with a proximity to underground water and a high level of hydrogen, which they use for energy. He became fascinated with ETs as a child, but began to get serious about it with his research in the late 1980s. On weekends, he'd pile his 3 kids and his wife Tammy into their beat-up RV to go UFO hunting, and like Ghostbusters, Zukowski's always fully strapped for action. And he also took pictures of streaks in the sky in 1995 over Area 51, Nevada, which he claims is probably UFO. I'll leave links below for you for this. Very interesting. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.